You're not overreacting. You were already loaded before that thing happened. Most of us spend years trying to stop reacting to the visible cause, the comment, the traffic, the tone of voice, while the real trigger keeps stacking underneath, invisible. That's why the work never sticks. You're treating the last straw, not the pile. This video shows you how to see the pile. By the end, you'll know what a trigger actually is at 3 layers deep, why avoiding triggers fails for most of what you face daily, and a 7-day practice that maps your real patterns faster than a year of just trying to calm down. I'm Tim Naylor, a certified peer specialist in mental health and substance abuse. This is Korvani. Let's get into it. So what is a trigger, really? In peer support, a trigger is anything that activates a pattern faster than your thinking can catch up. That's the technical version. Here's the practical one. A trigger is something that touches a sore spot from before. Not from this moment, from earlier in your life. The current event is just where the old wound got bumped. That's why 2 people can experience the exact same situation and react completely differently. Same boss, same comment, same traffic. Different histories, different sore spots, different reactions. Yours isn't wrong. It's just yours. It came from somewhere. This is also why telling yourself, "Don't react to this," rarely works. Your nervous system reacts before your brain has a vote. The work isn't talking yourself out of the reaction. The work is learning the pattern so you can see it coming, name it, and choose what happens next. There's another piece most people miss. Triggers don't happen alone. They happen on top of other things. You weren't triggered by the meeting. You were triggered by a meeting after a poor night's sleep, after skipping lunch, after a frustrating message you didn't fully process this morning. The meeting just put you over the line. The line was already getting crossed all day. Most advice on this is, find your triggers and avoid them. There's a problem with that. Triggers aren't usually the kind of thing you can avoid. You can't avoid your job. You can't avoid your family. You can't avoid the people you love who push your buttons. Avoidance works for the obvious ones, the relationship that was hurting you, the situation you needed to leave. But for the daily stuff, avoidance isn't a real option. So when avoidance is the only tool, most people give up on the work entirely. The shift that changes everything is, stop trying to avoid triggers. Start trying to see them. Seeing a trigger before it lands gives you 4 things avoidance never gives you. Time to breathe. Time to name what's actually happening. Time to choose your response. And time to learn what the trigger is really about. Avoidance gets you out of the situation. Awareness gets you out of the pattern. Here's where everything changes. Stay with me for the next 2 minutes. This is the part most people have never heard, and it's the thing that makes all the pattern work actually possible. Every trigger has 3 layers. If you can see all 3, you can change the response. If you only see one, you stay stuck. Layer 1, the event, the visible thing, the comment, the traffic, the bill. Most people stop here. This is where "I was triggered by X" lives. Useful, but only the surface. Layer 2, the body signal. What did your body do in the moment? Tight chest, heat in your face, stomach drop, jaw clench, quick breath. The body always knows before the mind does. The body is where the pattern actually lives. If you can name the body signal, you've moved past the surface. Layer 3, the story underneath. What did your brain say about the event? Not out loud, the silent sentence. They don't respect me. I'm not enough. I have to handle this alone. Nothing ever changes. That sentence is the actual trigger. The event was just the door it walked through. When you map all 3 layers, event, body, story, you stop reacting to the event and start working with the story. And the story is the part you can actually change. The events keep coming. The stories don't have to. Try this once today. Pick the last time you got upset. Walk it back. What was the event? What did your body do? What was the silent sentence underneath? Write down all 3. That's a complete picture of one trigger. Most people have never done this once. Here's the practice that changes everything. It takes 1 week. For the next 7 days, every time you have a strong reaction, anger, anxiety, shutdown, tears, a quick spike of any kind, pause for 60 seconds and write down 3 things. Number 1, what just happened? Just the facts, not the interpretation. Got a text from my sister. Boss assigned a 5 p.m. task. Kid spilled the milk. Number 2, what your body did. Be specific. Chest tightened, held my breath. Stomach dropped, felt cold. Heat behind my eyes, jaw clenched. Number 3, the story, the silent sentence underneath. She's never going to listen. I'm always the last priority. I can't do this anymore. Don't analyze, just collect. After 7 days, you'll have 5 to 15 entries. Read them all together at the end of the week. That's where the pattern shows up. Not in any single entry, in the repeats. You'll see the same body signal across different events. The same story underneath very different situations. That's the actual trigger. The events are interchangeable. The pattern is consistent. And once you see the pattern, you can work with the story instead of fighting the events. That's the framework. Triggers aren't the events, they're the patterns underneath. Every trigger has 3 layers: the event, what your body did, and the silent sentence. The work isn't avoiding triggers, it's seeing them. The 1-week practice is the fastest way to start. Next video is the toolkit. Once you can see a pattern, here's what to actually do with it. 5 tools that work in real situations, not just in theory. If you want the full Module 2, with prompts, body mapping exercises, and a 4-week tracker, it's in the Korvani workbook at stan.store/Korvani. Link in the description. Subscribe to Korvani for the rest of the series. This is peer support, not therapy, not medical advice, not a replacement for clinical care. If what you're mapping feels bigger than day-to-day patterns, trauma, ongoing harm, anything that keeps coming back no matter what you do, bring a clinician in. That's you using the right tool for the size of the problem. If you're in crisis right now, call or text 988. I'm Naylor. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I see every comment.